And the fourth? Favor with men. Great. Okay, now each one of these are so important, and you wouldn't have a complete square, right, if you didn't have one or the other. So you got to have all four. But I'm going to tell you one more important thing, so try to hold on just a little bit longer because this is one of the most important parts. Is that one key part of about this verse it says is that Jesus kept increasing in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. He kept increasing, that it wasn't something that just happened at once. You know, he didn't, grow in wisdom all at once, and he didn't have stature all at once. But it was this long process, this journey, if you will, of this life that Jesus set an example for us. That we're not going to, get wisdom immediately, but we're going to keep growing in it as we live our lives. Okay, so now we're going to return back to our M&Ms. Remember, we talked about how we love M&Ms and how much we would love to eat a ton of them if we could. So I've got a bag of M&Ms here. So let's imagine that these M&Ms are part of our Foursquare life. So we've got our jar here, right? And it's empty. This is our life. But every time that we, like Catherine, read the Bible and we, like she did when in wisdom, and she got to live it out, we just drop a little bit of sweetness in our life, right? A little of that good stuff we like M&Ms. And every time, she got that life experience where she included somebody, she dropped a little bit of sweetness in her life, right? And then, when she got up early with God and she got to pray and to talk with him, she dropped a little bit of favor with God in there, right? And then every time she got to have a conversation about Jesus, she dropped a little bit of favor with me in there. Now, that doesn't look like much, does it? It's not very full. You can't hardly see those. But she keeps going. She keeps increasing just as Jesus did, right? She keeps learning her Bible and practicing it and practicing wisdom. And she keeps, learning from her experiences in life and being different and drops it in. And, she keeps getting up early, even though it's hard, even though she wants to sleep in. And she keeps dropping her little sweetness in. And then, she keeps serving others, like we talked about being I'm third. And little by little, it's growing. So, hopefully, at the end of our life, all right, so hopefully at the end of our lives, after we've kept increasing in these things in our Foursquare life, that we get to stand before God. Remember that gift we talked about? That gift that we have the greatest gift in salvation, and we can never do anything to earn it. But that shouldn't change the fact that we want to do whatever we can to present something to God as just as a thank you. And if this is our life, that it's full of sweetness, full of the things that Jesus lived out for us. And we get to stand before him after this life is over and say, here, God, this is what I have to offer you. And I know that it is nothing compared to the gift that you give me, but I still want to honor you with my life. Okay? Does that make sense? This is the Foursquare life, and we talk about it a lot here at camp, and it's just, but it goes outside of these gates too, that we are to live our lives like Christ did, and to fill our lives with the sweet things of wisdom and stature and favor with God and favor with man. So as we go through the rest of the days at camp, and as we leave this place, just remember this, the Foursquare life in Luke 2:52, that this is how we're to live our life so that it is honoring to God and it looks like Christ. All right, will you pray with me really quickly?